My name is Tabitha Hughes, and I am the Capital Projects Manager for Carmel Clay Schools. This is actually a new position for the district, and I started in April of 2024, so I've been here about 10 months. When I joined, we had some big projects that were under construction. We had our natatorium, our Greyhound Activity Center, and our South Support building at the stadium. And we were also just kicking off two new projects, Cherry Tree Elementary renovation and Polytech renovation and addition. So eComm was instrumental to me for being able to get caught up to speed on all of the projects that were active in construction and being able to review changes and PRs and submittals that had already been posted, and feel like I could get brought up to speed a lot faster because everything was all in one place. All of the information for all of those projects was all on eComm, and I could just use the easy search button and find whatever I needed. I would say that I use eComm just about every single day, unless I just have a day where I'm just not at my desk. But if I have a computer, I'm probably using eComm at some point that day. So all of our project data is saved on eComm, and it's uploaded on eComm, and everyone uses that. So I use eComm with external customers such as our architect and our engineers and our construction manager for project coordination. I print the schedules on all of my active projects, any RFIs that need my review because they require owner input. I review the job visit reports to look for the things that our construction administrator has identified that need to be corrected, and then that allows me to follow up with our construction management firm to make sure that those are being corrected. I also go in and I approve all of the PCOs and process the change orders on eComm. So I use it very, very heavily across all of our jobs. Right now, I think I have 22 active projects in eComm, and I also use our archived projects to make sure that I am looking at old information and getting that to our internal customers, such as our maintenance team, our end users, and our custodians. One of the ways eComm has helped communication, as we all know, we can get really bogged down with emails every day. So being able to work outside of your email and have a platform where you can tell someone to go in and find a document instead of sending attachments and then they have to download and upload, knowing that things are in eComm, or how eComm has their push notifications when you do know something gets posted. It's, you do get the email, but you don't lose it in your email. So you can go in and review the project, and you can review all of the things that you need to review without having to dig for them in your email. One of the other features that I really love about eComm is their archive feature. We have projects that were completed prior to me being there, and we're no longer engaged with the construction manager or the architect, but I have maintenance staff who still needs access to that information. And gone are the days of closets of O&M manuals, and having paper. So having everything in one place on eComm, it's a digital database where, hey, we've got, like in this culinary room, we've got this new flooring. How am I supposed to clean it? And I can go into eComm, download the submittals, download the closeout documents for the care and maintenance, and I can send that to the custodian who needs to take care of that floor. Or we have a soccer field where we've replaced one net, but now the other net needs replaced, and it didn't at the time of the project, which is now 5 years old. I can still go into eComm, download the submittals, contact the manufacturer so we can make sure that we have the exact same net when we need to do the other replacement. So I have so many examples, it's hard to choose, but we did Hartman Field dugouts, and we want to make sure we have the same products in our baseball field as we do in our softball field, which is right now an active product. So we go into eComm, we find the specs, find the submittals, look at the colors that we chose, and just make sure it's consistent. And I don't have to rely on someone else to provide all of that. I don't have to pay an architect their hourly fee to find what color we used on the dugouts, because I can look it up in eComm. It's all there. And the search function is super easy. I don't necessarily even know what job it was. I can just type dugouts and it'll come up with all of the hits. So that's just really beneficial for me to do my job. Just to show you how much I love eComm, that we did not have, when I started, we did not have a great archive system. And because we're already using eComm on all of our active projects and those get archived digitally, we decided we should create our own archive system on eComm. So we actually worked with Eastern to create our own platform for eComm. Something that we're doing is we're trying to scan in all of our digital prints so that we can upload those onto eComm, which will allow one place for all of our storage. It means when we have a leak and we're trying to hunt down the plans for plumbing drawings in a 1991 edition at the high school, the maintenance guys will be able to go onto eComm and pull those up from anywhere. So they're super excited about being able to do this. They want to get a big TV that they can put in their maintenance shop so that they can pull up the plans for their building. I'm really excited about that feature. Another thing is, because I have projects that are being archived and that I own them, I can then share them with other vendors. So for instance, we had an elementary school that we did with a different architect than who we're currently using right now. And there was a playground, early childhood and EC playground as part of that package. So because those are preschoolers, the equipment needs to be specific for 3 and 4-year-olds. So we've already figured that out when we built this elementary school. So rather than reinventing the wheel, we can get onto eComm, download that submittal, or I can even open that project up and share it and add the architect that's going to be designing the new playground to the project. So it takes me out of the equation. They can get on eComm, they can download whatever they need. They have full access to the project, whether they need specs, plans, manufacturers, whatever. All the submittals are there. And that is just a feature that I'm really excited about because it saves me from having to reinvent the wheel. Like, we already figured this out on one project. We like it there. I'm giving you access to the information so that we can repeat. One of the ways that eComm has changed how I'm able to manage projects is I can go in and I can see when things are overdue. I can look at ball in court and I can see that one contractor is consistently running behind schedule on submittals or materials that need to be procured. And that means that I can see that there's a problem and make sure that my project manager is addressing that before it starts to impact our schedule. As a school, we don't have a lot of flexibility on our end dates. The students are coming whether we're ready or not. So being able to see that there's a problem brewing and be able to react then rather than waiting until it's already occurred is really helpful as an owner. And being able to view ball in court helps me to see that. I can see if the architect is not turning around submittals as quick as they should, or if there's subs are not submitting their submittals in time, if there's a consistent issue, or if our construction manager is not turning things around in a timely fashion. So one of the things that's unique about Carmel Clay Schools is that we use the CMA contract, which means that we still own the risk and we manage the risk. So it's very important that I know what's going on in the project on a pretty minute detail level because I need to approve the cost and the change and the schedules. That's a little bit unique to Carmel. But when everything's done on eComm, that allows me to dig into the change. I can click on the change order. It will open up all of the PCOs that are related to that. And then I can open up the RFIs that are related to that. And it's so intuitive. It's as simple as you click here and it takes you there, and you click there and it takes you there. So when I'm trying to explain to the board, who maybe doesn't speak construction language, I can really dig into the detail and find out exactly what happened in the field that is processing this change order.